Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 8th, 2022. We just had our congressional elections today, and this is going to be a plan for tomorrow's Wednesday RTH session. Before we get into what we had today and all of that, let's get into where we are on a larger picture. So what you're looking at is the S&P futures with a range from about 4,400 down to 3,400. And what I was looking for, this chart was made on November, I think maybe October 30th, maybe 31st. Anyway, before the first of the month. And what I was looking for were for sellers to target this '09 quarter as their first target. And we can see that did tag on the 3rd. And now what I'm looking for is a backfill and move down to this 3,500 area. Buyers will be targeting the pivot on the other side. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that down to the weekly view. So again, keeping in mind 3709 is our high time frame first target for the bears. Let's zoom in here. Tomorrow we have just FOMC's Waller talking at 2 p.m. Other than that, we are free from the news after an annoying Tuesday session. What I was looking for today, or this week, sorry, was a move into this 3882 area, right around the second half of the year's VWAP at 89-ish. If we're looking at the RTH sessions, I believe it's a little bit higher if looking at the full Globex sessions as well, the extended trading hours. But I am looking for that backfill up into here sometime before CPI, and then getting our sell-off towards 35.90-ish, where we found the bid during Sunday, the 16th Globex session, if I recall correctly. So far we're getting that this week. We had kind of a dilly-daddle session on Monday, and then a slow grind up for the majority of today, which then eventually sold off. We held that key 90 area right around the weekly open, and then pumped back up into towards the close. We were unable to clear this inventory up here around the high of the day, and instead sold off right around the middle of this kind of area. So again, I am still looking for that tag of higher and then getting the sell-off on Thursday. Before we get into a little more detail, I just want to pull up this chart really quickly. So what we're looking at here is the SPY. These are just daily candles, and I want to really zoom in here to make it clear. This is our 4,300 area on ES, and I just want to quickly draw this. I want to note these two sessions here prior to the large sell-off, and same here. I want to note these two sessions as well. Something you're going to note is the volume on these two were extremely light, and actually even that third session there. And you're getting a similar scenario here where the volumes are really, really light. The volume on Monday's session was actually the lowest since that those August sessions, and today we got some volume after that sell-off, but the push upwards was on very, very light volume. And to me, what this is indicative of is that the move up is not it's not occurring on high demand. It's more so occurring on a lack of selling. In other words, sellers are lifting their foot off the gas pedal and allowing price to breathe a little bit before reloading on the backfill and selling off. Just as you saw here, we backfilled up around 418, 419, 420 on the SPY off of this larger inventory. We can circle that. We backfilled off of this larger inventory and then got our sell-off. Similarly, we have our larger inventory here, and I'm expecting the backfill and then selling off again. So that's what I'm looking at here, is just that the low volume pushes we're getting, mimicking that late August move downwards. So let's actually go into a little more detail now. We can go into what we saw today. Today, let's get rid of all these lines as well. What we're looking at are just the RTH session on a 5-minute candle chart. So we opened up, we were able to hold this 38.14 area, 38.15, this general zone. This is just October's value area high. That's also where we closed yesterday, the 4 p.m. close right around there. And we put in a good amount of volume there during yesterday late in the day. That's where we had our trend up move into. So we were just defending that trend. And what ended up happening is eventually, after a lot of churn in the morning, we had that low volume drift up towards. We got past the POC from that Wednesday session, that Wednesday FOMC session. We got past that 47 POC. That is where I was looking for bulls to target today. I was either looking at an upside scenario of 47s or a downside scenario of sellers wanting to get us below 90. So we did get that 47s. Ultimately, I was looking for more of a move towards that first half of the year's VWAP at 89-ish. We did not get that. Instead, we stalled out right around 67 before the dramatic sell-off. And once again, sellers were unable to get below 90. To me, I texted to a friend that the bid is likely to be between 90 and 92 because below there, we were once again below October's value area high, below the weekly open, and essentially have lost all the momentum we had to, all that energy we had to build on Monday's session to breach these highs. We're once again below them. And so instead, we have that aggressive short covering into the close. We're unable to clear this inventory here, and we sold off just a little bit into the middle of this range. So that is what I saw today. And I want to pull up one last chart for you guys, just in recap of what's been happening. These are weekly profiles, so let's go into what last week's profile looked like. We had this thin area from about 38.40 to about 37.95, maybe 90-ish. That was just to me representing, and we'll erase this just for clarity. This to me was that was just the FOMC quick move downwards, and it's not unusual for these low volume areas to then be filled out the following week, and that's what we've been having is a filling out of this thin area. Notably, though, we're keeping this 3810 to 3800 area quite thin, and we have developed a point of control right around where pretty much near the lowest volume area from last week. So that's just something to note as well. We have filled in this area, and we are trading an inside week so far. Not surprising, given we had FOMC last week, and I would not be surprised if we break either last week's high or low based on CPI data coming in on Thursday. So let's go into what I'm actually thinking about for tomorrow. We are 7.5 minutes into this video. Let's get into it. For the highs, the upside scenario, I'm looking to sell 82. We can ignore everything above that. I'm not interested in it. I would like to sell 82, that being last week's POC, that being the monthly close. To me, it's a significant number, and I would like to be short there. I understand 88s are where value area high is sitting from that Wednesday session. I understand that that first half of the year's VWAP is up at 89, or using the full Globex session, I think it's sitting at 85. There we go. So a little bit lower. But regardless, I will be looking to sell 82, that weekly POC. I do not trust this, I really, quite honestly, don't trust any bids in this entire area that, as evidenced by today. It's just that the volume on this ramp has been so anemic that it's hard to really trust it. So I will be looking for a short off of 82. I will be looking for a short off of 14 quarter, just moving my level from 14 to 14 quarter. We do have settlement close right around there. We do have today's value area low, a tick off of there, and we do have last week's halfback at 14 quarter as well. So I will be looking to sell that, get into where we've located the bid today around that 93 area. I will be looking to sell the weekly open at 93. 92 half again being value area high from October, and I will be looking to sell 44 quarter. Not sure why I even have this zone here around 55, but I see 55 to 60. This is value area. Last week's value area low. I will be looking to sell this as well. So I am pretty short biased. I don't trust bidding at these highs, so I will be ignoring these numbers for now, this 06 and 42. So I will be simply looking to short 82 for a move to value area low sitting around 15, shorting 14.15 for a move into today's low of the day, shorting 93 for a move into Monday's point of control around 83, if not value area low at 75, if not the low of the day at 71 quarter, and looking to short 58 which I believe is sitting right around that value area low from last week, which is at 60. So I will just be looking to short each of these levels for move down, and I will take one bid attempt at 19.75, where we trapped these shorts and where we got the last week's major bid into the close, which did extend this rally another whatever it is, 100 points, 150 points from that Friday low area. So that's all I have for you guys. There will likely be changes to this per usual. I would not be surprised if there is, but until then, that's all. Any changes will be posted to Twitter pre-market. Other than that, trade safe, you guys. I know we had a volatile session today after some really boring morning action, but with CPI on Thursday, I wouldn't be too surprised if we have a quieter session after that A or B period. Anyway, this video is getting long at 11 minutes. Trade safe, you guys, and again, updates posted to Twitter pre-market. Have a good night.